Yes, Omkar, what is the what high? All right, so we were looking for you everywhere. Okay, everywhere means har jagah. So now again, it defines the place for me, right? All right, look at all the words here now. हम तुम्हें कहीं भी ढूंढ नहीं पाए. All right, so we couldn't find you anywhere. हम तुम्हें कहीं भी ढूंढ नहीं पाए. Anywhere was the adverb of place. Is there a post office nearby? Okay, we don't say is there a post office near. Okay, near is usually where we mean that, is there a post office near you, or is there a post office near your house? Okay, it has to be something. And closely doesn't mean nearby. Okay, so closely is, we met him at the pub afterwards. All right. Next, first, Peter doesn't use 7, or second, Peter doesn't get up usually before 7. Okay, so in this case, usually is the adverb of frequency, right? We are telling how often Peter doesn't get up before 7. All right, so here in this case, adverb of frequency will come before the main noun, before the main verb. All right, and the main verb here is getting up. All right, now I've given you a solid hint. Try to make the right guess. Peter doesn't usually get up before 7. Okay. Javed Ahmed, I've already said it is, I didn't mind it at all. I don't know you, so why would I take offense at anything you say, okay? If you're not interested in the class, just leave the class and, I don't know, do something. If you've got something better to do, maybe utilize your time doing that, all right? Go, you have a good night's sleep. Bye. I need your consent time. All right, and Omkar, you have a doubt? All right, next, we often go to the cinema. Second, we often go. First option is we go often to the cinema, and second is we often go to the cinema. All right. I already told you that frequency, adverb of frequency comes before the main verb, right? All right. Next, first option, Mary ever hardly watches TV. Or second, Mary hardly ever watches TV. Okay. Ever hardly. All right. You guys take a guess first. So the second part is correct. Okay. We don't ever say ever hardly. It is always hardly ever. All right. Hardly ever means that, very, very hardly ever watches TV. That means, maybe like once in 3 months or 4 months this person watches TV, okay, which means that they don't watch it very frequently. Next, first option, he is making breakfast at the when is he making? Now here I'm talking about the duration again for 2 months, and when was this? It happened last year. All right, so again this comes at the end. Okay, next, first option, I go to work daily. Or second, I daily go to work. I go to work daily, right? It tells me the frequency, how often, how frequently do they go to work? They go to work daily. All right, next, first, the magazine was published weekly last year. Or second, the magazine was published last year weekly. Okay, we know. So here we are being told that, how often is it published and when is it published. All right. So we know first comes the frequency and then comes the time, right? So the first part is correct here. The magazine was published weekly last year. All right. Next, first part, she worked in a hospital every week last year for 2 days. Or second, she worked in a hospital for 2 days every week last year. Now we have all three. And what is the sequence? First is duration, followed by frequency, followed by time. Okay. Very good, Prema. Okay, next. First, you always must fasten your seat belt. Or second, you must always fasten your seat belt. Okay. Again, now the frequency. What is the adverb of frequency here? It is always, right? And we know adverb of frequency comes right before the main verb. Okay, and here the main verb is to fasten the seat belt. That seat belt pehno. So, what will be the correct option? So the second part is correct here. You must always fasten your seat belt. All right. Any doubts, anybody? Yes, Rakesh. You can raise your hands if you have any doubt. All right, then. I'm going to take my next class tomorrow now. Okay, all right, Vishnu. That's good. It is your first day today. Um, yeah. Yes, Rakesh.
Ma'am, actually, I'm over this Hello app first time.
All right.
Okay, this is my first day,
Yeah.
and if I say my English is good, but what I feel the problem is using the words like should, could, would. These type of the words, and if I'm talking to someone in a very much fluent way, in a means I am professionally, what I don't want to disclose what I am, but when I take the lecture, so in that day if I'm very much fast, I'm going very much fast, then and using the words would, could, should, then at that time I feel a little bit of problem in this. So just please let me know on the Zoom to whom I have to follow, how I have to go, and even I have to pay, means how much I have to pay. These are the questions.
All right, Rakesh, you might be disappointed to hear this, but I'm only an educator here, so I'm not aware of, like, you sound like somebody who needs personal guidance, or you have a personal matter of your own. So I'm not sure. I think on the Hello English app, you will find the helpline number. So right now is not the time. I think tomorrow you might want to call them, and maybe with you can go to them with your query, or you can
Uh,
even write them a personal email. All right,
uh,
that you only just have a selective problem. Or honestly, if you just take my suggestion, this is something which is very it is Googleable. Okay, so you can
okay.
just Google this. You can just find some video on YouTube. Like if this is your sole query, this is all that you have problem with in the language, then this is not something you should even be paying for, very honestly. You can just look it up on the internet, and would, could, should, these are all modals, okay? These are all modal verbs, all right?
Okay.
And basically, would is the past tense of will. Similarly, we have shall, should, you have may, might. So just type on Google modal verbs, okay? And you'll get so many videos. Like the internet is full of it. So you'll get, like, I think
I
if
mean,
you watch even a video or
ma'am,
two,
are you getting my voice? Are you getting my voice?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Just before leaving the platform right now, just give me in a brief. Do you cover the using of the would, should, could? Do you're coming in your coming lectures or whatever be? Are you going to use going to teach how to where to use would, could, should?
All right, Rakesh, I'm not sure. I might. Okay, so again, I'm only the educator. I don't decide what is to be taught tomorrow or day after. Okay, each day I'm
Okay.
assigned the chapters that have to be administered, that have to be taught, take the lesson. Okay, so I don't play a role in deciding what has to be taught next.
And so, ma'am, you are suggesting me for this. I have to go through over the helpline number, na?
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, this is one of the suggestions. My main suggestion for you was that you just YouTube it. You don't have to go for a class. I mean, yeah,
Okay, ma'am.
yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so
All
much.
right, Rakesh. Vishnu, I'm not your mama. Okay, and tomorrow the class will be at 5 p.m. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I'll see you all at 5 p.m. then. Bye bye, everyone. Have